Nintendo decided to already announce a Nintendo Direct coming for April 2nd, which seems like a long ways away, but it's not terrible. And in the meantime, we can actually try to predict and guess what Nintendo's going to do in this show, because this is going to be one of the biggest Nintendo Directs we have ever gotten in history. And I'm not just over exaggerating it. This is like the first time ever that we're introducing a brand new console via a Nintendo Direct. So, I mean, we don't know really any games outside of a new upcoming Mario Kart, and probably Metroid Prime 4 if that is going to be a Switch 2 title, or maybe a cross between Switch 1 and Switch 2. Yeah, that leaves the slate open for so many more announcements, so we could get bangers after bangers after bangers, not to mention an in-depth look at the console itself. This Direct is going to be one of the biggest ones Nintendo has ever held. And I have so many game predictions that's definitely going to get you hyped, so you're going to want to stay tuned until the very end. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We got over 400 brand new subscribers the other day, and today is a special day because it is Nin10 birthday. Yes, it's my birthday today. I'm 27 years old. I'm getting up there, but thank you guys for tuning in and showing support. It's the best present I can ask for. Let's see how many people we can get to subscribe to this video today. But thanks guys, and I really hope you enjoyed today's video. So what's going to happen in this Nintendo Direct? Well, I feel like it might even be longer than a general Nintendo Direct. We normally have about 40 minutes for a show, but there's also not a console reveal there, and we really don't know anything about the Switch 2. It just looks like a bigger, better Switch. But what makes it better? We need to see all the functions, so I believe they are going to have like a 20 to 25 minute segment of just diving deep into the console, showing us the menu, the UI, the layout of everything, what's so special about this console, the little gimmicks that it can do, maybe that mouse function that's been rumored for a while and kind of even shown off in the trailer. Maybe they even show us the store and maybe more online functionality, like maybe even having parties this time around, just different things that the Switch 2 is going to do and really trying to sell this console. I really am just interested in sitting back and watching a big overview, in-depth analysis of what this console even is, because right now I'm excited, but I'm more about the games, and I'm more excited about Mario Kart than anything that Switch 2 has shown off. So I'm definitely interested to see what makes this console so grand. This game is really hard to tell, because on one end I think it's going to be one of the biggest showcases if it's not shown before we get to April. Yes, there's been some rumors that we could be getting a Switch 1 focused Nintendo Direct here in February, which would make a lot of sense, maybe showing us some more remakes, remasters, and ports before moving on to the big stuff with Switch 2 in that Direct, so we could see some Metroid Prime 4. I just don't know what the plans with this game is right now. Is it going to be a cross-release between, Switch 1 and Switch 2? We'll probably see it very soon, and we might even get like a special Nintendo Direct for this game in like March or something, so it's really hard to say. If that's the case, then there probably won't be a huge emphasis on this game in that Nintendo Direct. Just maybe a quick little trailer that's like 30 seconds to a minute just to remind us about the game, but it's really up to Nintendo's plans. So it could be there in, grand glory if it's, a big Switch 2 only game, especially if the rumors are correct saying that this is a launch title for Switch 2. It's really hard to position this game right now. This year is Mario's 40th anniversary, which means we're going to get a lot of Mario goodness, and probably the most we'll ever get because of how things are lining up. Not only did we just see a new Mario Kart, but people are expecting something else too, and I'll get to that literally in a second. But yes, we finally got to see what this next Mario Kart is, and some people are claiming it's Mario Kart 9, or it could be Mario Kart 10, or Mario Kart X, Crossroads. I've seen so many different things online. We're just going to call it Mario Kart 9 for now, and I know some people don't agree with that, but just for this video, it's okay. This game is probably going to have its first really big trailer, and I could even see there being a separate Nintendo Direct focus for this Mario Kart, maybe like a week after this show, or maybe even the month later in June. It depends on when the console actually releases. The rumors are stating that it might not even be a launch title, which I just think is a huge missed opportunity if it isn't, but if it's within the first couple of months of the release of Switch 2, I don't think there's a big issue. So if it's like June, July, maybe even August, I think we're safe and sound, but still, I think there is going to be a Direct dedicated to this game where we really get to see the in-depth, gameplay mechanics, the items, the tracks, the characters, all the new side modes and stuff like that. I think there's going to be a lot with this game. Who doesn't want to see a new trailer for a new Mario Kart game in a Nintendo Direct? I mean, I'm already really hyped for this, so that's going to be one extremely exciting reveal. But of course, it wouldn't be a 40th anniversary without finally seeing 3D Mario. I mean, this is 1 bajillion% happening literally in 2.5 months, and I am willing to even place a bet on this. Maybe I will eventually. I don't know if I should, because I lose them a lot with you guys, but I'll come back to you on that one. I am really confident that we will see 3D Mario finally. I mean, I genuinely don't understand how he wouldn't appear in this show. It is finally the time. It's been so long since Odyssey, and the only thing we've gotten in between games is, of course, Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, which is fun, but just not a new game. And I really think they are going to copy off of Bowser Fury's formula and give us a fully fledged open world 3D Mario experience. I think it's going to be massive. It's going to be the biggest game on Switch, I think, year one. Mario Kart might sell more because it's Mario Kart, but I mean, this will be the game that everyone's talking about. The one that's fighting GTA for Game of the Year, but of course, GTA will win because it's GTA, but still, it's going to be massive, and I cannot wait to finally see this thing, and I think it is going to be the big show ender. I think it's going to be like that last one more thing, and it's going to blow our minds. It's just going to be that, oh my gosh, this is Switch 2, this is what we've been waiting for. I wouldn't even see another way, or another area to put it. Like, it's got to be the show ender. I mean, it has to be. It's just that massive. So if we at the end of the show and there's still no 3D Mario, do not fret, because it has to be the last reveal. It's just that big by now. All right, let's move on to the other games that I haven't talked about for the last 2 years. But Luigi's Mansion 4. I lied. I've been talking about this for like 2 years. I am a Luigi's Mansion nut. And after 3, I just really rose through the roof, where I made thousands of videos talking about what they could do for 4. I mean, 3 is such a freaking good game, and I just can't wait to see where they take the series. And with it being 6 years this year, it's a pretty daggone long time, and it's something that we could actually really expect from Nintendo and would kind of even fit in that Mario's 40th anniversary. I would love to see a new Luigi's Mansion revealed. It is a completely different style of gameplay than any other Mario game. It would fit perfectly for a year 1 title. Man, I'm telling you, a dream come true for somebody that loves Mario Kart, that loves 3D Mario, and that absolutely adores Luigi's Mansion. I mean, come on. You couldn't have a more beautiful Mario Brothers lineup. But you could, because you could throw in Mario Maker 3. This probably won't happen just because there's so much Mario already, but remember, it's also about 6 years since Mario Maker. Both Luigi's Mansion and Mario Maker, actually Mario Maker a little bit longer, because it came out in the summer of 2019. So we could finally see maybe 3D Mario Maker. I know that it would be a big undertaking for Nintendo to get something like that working, but it's not impossible. We've already have, fans making modded games like that. We have a Mario 64 Maker, which is pretty insane. So I would love to see what they could do with this, and I unfortunately think it's just going to be another 2D Mario Maker, which isn't terrible. I just think there's so much they could do with a 3D space, but I do think Mario Maker is very close to getting another reveal. It might have to hold off for another year or two, but I think there's a good chance we could actually see that one as well. Now, I'm not going to lie. Before making this video, I kept hearing people talk about Smash Brothers, and I didn't understand why, because in my mind, for some reason, it's so fresh, and I don't know if it's because of the DLC or that me and my friends still play it to this day, but I was sitting there and I was like, oh my gosh, it's been 7 years since its release at the end of 2018. And I was just like, well, daggone, we might see Smash Brothers sooner than later, because remember, we had to wait until around year 2, the very end of year 2, to get Smash Brothers. We could get a reveal year 1 now, which is insane. I mean, could you imagine getting all this stuff revealed year 1? Super Smash Brothers, it doesn't have to release this year. I mean, what if they just gave us a little tease for something for next year? I think that would be enough. We know Sakurai had some proposal that he sent into Nintendo via his YouTube channel, he said, and he said it was some type of project that we'll see very soon. So who knows how soon? Who knows if it's even Smash Brothers? It could be Kid Icarus or something, who knows? But I think it's safe to say that it's Smash Brothers. I really hope it's a soft series reboot where they kind of change movesets for characters that we've been having the same movesets for so long now, like Mario, Kirby, Link, just kind of refreshing every character, adding some really cool new first-party additions. I think maybe even like a story mode like Subspace again, you could have yourselves a really good Smash Brothers game, and I really can't wait to see what they're cooking up this time, especially after Ultimate. If it is some type of Ultimate Deluxe and it just adds more characters, I'm going to fall down the stairs head first, because I do not want that. I'm tired. It's news time. It's time for new things. Something else that's been a very long time for is Star Fox. I know it sounds crazy, but I think that would be the best way for Nintendo to get this series back on its feet. To have a really ambitious Star Fox game, and early on Switch 2, could give it the light that it needs, especially if it's made and produced in a really high effort way, you know what I mean? Like, not like this little, oh, this is Star Fox 64 HD again, pretty much, like Star Fox Zero was. Something that is truly special could be huge. It's been 9 years, completely skipped Switch 1's generation. I think it's time, and I think it makes a lot of sense here. Yeah, no more Star Fox Zero. It's time for something new for Star Fox. Something maybe even along the lines of, Battle for Atlas, where the Star Fox characters, a lot of people said it was like the best Star Fox game we've ever gotten that wasn't even Star Fox. So maybe something like that, a little bit more ambitious. Who knows what we could get. Another game to keep your eyes peeled for, and probably not releasing this year, but something that definitely could get announced this year, is Animal Crossing. It's been about 5 years since it released at the beginning of 2020, so maybe we see something, even a small teaser to get Animal Crossing fans excited. With it being one of the best-selling Switch games, there's no way in the world Nintendo doesn't have a team hard at work getting ready to reveal this game soon. I'm sure they immediately started work right after the last one, so especially get ready for this new console, it just makes a lot of sense. This is a casual gamer's dream game, so this is something that a lot of fans are going to be expecting to see within the first couple of years, so hopefully it's earlier this time rather than, making us wait a good 4 years until it releases on the thing. Zelda gets something pretty much every single year, and of course it's probably not going to be a mainline. We just got Echoes of Wisdom and Tears of the Kingdom, so we're not getting a 3D or a top-down 2D Zelda game at all. We're probably getting something along the lines of a remake or remaster of an older project. Personally, I think a lot of people want Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. I would love to see some type of Ocarina of Time, remake completely from the ground up. That would be really cool, just a really ambitious remake of Ocarina of Time that still stayed true to the original game. Or there could finally be that rumored Breath of the Wild remaster, which I keep hearing about. And man, please Nintendo, I can't play the world of Breath of the Wild anymore. I've been in this world for too long with Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Age of Calamity. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this world. I'm tired of these stupid freaking characters. I'm ready to move on to another Zelda story. Even if I have to go back to an older one, I don't care. Just I don't think I have the energy or willpower to go back to the world of Breath of the Wild and collect everything again and go throughout that world. I love that game to death, trust me. I just think Age of Calamity and Tears of the Kingdom has just made me sick of that world, and I've just seen way too much of it, and I don't want to see it again for, fourth time technically? So yeah, it's time to move on, but I could see Nintendo doing something like this, so I would expect some type of remake or remaster, or some type of newer version, better looking version. This new version is going to have to look insane for me to even think about it, because there's no way. It would have to look 12 times better than the original Breath of the Wild and run at straight 60 everywhere without a frame drop, even the, Lost Woods. So we'll see what they're able to put out with that. There could be some surprise games, like another Mario sports title. It's been a while, maybe finally basketball or baseball. Maybe another sports game, hopefully better than Switch Sports. Maybe something like Ring Fit again, or like a Nin10do Land type of title, which would be really cool. Or maybe another new IP like ARMS or something just we're not expecting, like the Mario Rabbids stuff that came and surprised us year one for Switch. So I'm sure there's a whole bunch of things that we're not even expecting that Nintendo's working on, which I can't wait for. But I want to also talk about the things that I believe is not happening, and I have a little list here of things that I feel like we're not going to see this year, unfortunately. For probably the first time ever, I don't think we're going to see anything Fire Emblem or Xenoblade. Yeah, I think it's just way too early, where in Fire Emblem, it's been 2 years, and Xenoblade, it's been 3 years, which I still don't think it's time for Xenoblade, especially since the X remaster is happening literally in March, and there's a rumored Fire Emblem remake of an older game. I think Genealogy of the Holy War apparently still coming, which might be a Switch 1 title before we move on to Switch 2. So I don't think those games are getting any big reveals for Switch 2 yet. For Splatoon 4, I do believe Nintendo wants to get this out as soon as possible, but it's only been 3 years, so I still think it's kind of close. I think it's coming, but not yet. There's a small chance we could get an announcement or like a little tease in this Nintendo Direct, but I kind of doubt it. Then we have Yoshi and Donkey Kong. Unfortunately, Yoshi just had Princess Peach Showtime made with the Good Feel Company, unless some other company's working on a 3D Yoshi or something, and Donkey Kong just had a remaster literally this month, last week. So I don't think we're going to see anything Donkey Kong either, which is kind of unfortunate how long it's been since we got an original Donkey Kong game. Literally, Tropical Freeze on the Wii U was the last original game. And then we have Kirby. The Forgotten Land is one of my favorite highlights from the Switch, but it's only been about 3 years. So I think for the next 3D Kirby, or even an original 2D Kirby, it's going to be a little while. I I've been hearing that rumors are suggesting that Planet Robobot is coming in a remaster very soon, so that might be a game we get for Switch 1 this year, but nothing for Switch 2 announced, unfortunately, in this Nintendo Direct probably. So we always have good Directs and maybe a couple of bad Directs, but this Direct has so much writing on it because we know nothing of this console. Some people are even underwhelmed. Some investors have even claimed that they're underwhelmed with no real surprises of the Switch 2 reveal so far. So of course this April Direct is going to be the big thing for Nintendo. It's going to be the biggest deal. They announced it so many months in advance. It just feels like it's one of those special, almost showcases, presentations that we used to get. Maybe even akin to that Switch 1 presentation where we finally saw what Mario Odyssey was, and we got more looks at Breath of the Wild and things like ARMS and Splatoon 2. This is so exciting, and I can't wait to see what Nintendo's been cooking up for so many years now. But let me know in the comments down below, what are you expecting Nintendo to reveal with this upcoming April Nintendo Direct? What are the biggest games that you hope to see, and what are the things that maybe you're not looking so forward to seeing? I don't know, maybe there's a game that you know is happening and you don't really care about. But thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See ya, guys.